evening, and welcome to Red's Classic Theater. We're in Langley this week, where Pyrotek heat treating has some interesting irons in the fire. Hi everybody, I'm Red Robinson. Actually, the metal Pyrotek works most with is not iron, but aluminum. And later, we'll tour their shop and show you how Pyrotek is forging their high-quality reputation. Our movie this week is about an event the world wishes had never happened. It's the 1990 docudrama Hiroshima, Out of the Ashes. It's been 44 years almost to the day that the world learned of the A-bomb attack on Hiroshima. And in the time since, filmmakers have used the bomb as a plot device in both tragic and comic circumstances. Later on, we'll look back at some of the top films in the genre and profile the career of Swedish actor Max von Sydow, who's featured in tonight's movie. Now, here's Act One of Hiroshima, Out of the Ashes. This week on Red's Classic Theater, we're visiting Pyrotek heat treating in Langley. Now in its 6th year of operation, Pyrotek specializes in the heat treating of aluminum alloys for the aerospace industry and for other manufacturers as well. The company is one of just 2 in North America certified to use an over-aging process in the manufacturing of aluminum parts for aircraft wings. Aluminum alloys are first heated to just below the melting point, up to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. And then with the molecular structure in a state of what's called solid solution, the parts are rapidly quenched in water. After further treatment, the final result is a stronger, more corrosion-resistant part. We'll have more from Pyrotek heat treating in just a moment. Pyrotek's major clients include Boeing, Rocky Mountain Bicycles, Bombardier, Bell Helicopter, and Spar Aerospace. But not all of their work is industrial. Pyrotek technicians have performed work for the movie and television industries. And some of their credits include the television series Viper, the IMAX film Wings of Courage, and the latest Antonio Banderas film, The 13th Warrior, which, by the way, opens in theaters next Friday. If you'd like to learn more about Pyrotek, call TV 12 tomorrow morning. We'll give you a phone number. Now let's return to our movie, Hiroshima, Out of the Ashes. Max von Sydow was featured in Hiroshima, Out of the Ashes, this week on Red's Classic Theater. Though he'd been in the movies for more than a decade, Max von Sydow was a virtual unknown when he was chosen to play Jesus in The Greatest Story Ever Told. Since then, he's played many powerful characters. He was a stern and dour missionary in Hawaii. As the exorcist, von Sydow knocked the devil out of Linda Blair, but during the making of that film, he was so upset by her character's language, he forgot his own lines. He played a professional killer in Brass Target, a king in Conan the Barbarian, and came full circle from his earlier roles when he played the devil himself in Stephen King's Needful Things, shot in Gibsons, BC. Max von Sydow's newest film is called Snow Falling on Cedars, which was shot right here in Vancouver. It's due out in December. Now let's return to Hiroshima, Out of the Ashes. Hiroshima, Out of the Ashes is our feature movie this week on Red's Classic Theater. Since entering the atomic age, Hollywood has figured out ways to include the threat of nuclear war in its plot lines. In On the Beach, Gregory Peck and Ava Gardner awaited the effects of a nuclear blast that wiped out most of the world. In Failsafe, Henry Fonda had to explain how a nuclear attack had accidentally been launched on Moscow. Like tonight's movie, The Day After painted a grim portrait of the events following a nuclear detonation. This one an accident in the Midwestern U.S. The story of the development of the bomb was told in Fat Man and Little Boy, with Paul Newman playing the general in charge of the project. In our next segment, we'll take a look at other nuclear bomb movies, this time in a lighter vein. Now let's return to our movie. We're featuring Hiroshima, Out of the Ashes this week on Red's Classic Theater. Not all of the movies involving nuclear weapons are as serious as tonight's. Dr. Strangelove played the bomb for laughs, with paranoid Sterling Hayden ordering an attack on Moscow. As Matt Helm, Dean Martin was America's 007, trying to stop a villain from wrecking a U.S. atomic test site. John Travolta stole 2 nuclear weapons to try to get what he wanted in Broken Arrow. And in Armageddon, Bruce Willis saved the world again, this time from an onrushing asteroid, by blowing it up with a nuclear bomb. And there are rumors in Hollywood that Harrison Ford will reprise his role as Jack Ryan in The Sum of All Fears. Now, this is based on Tom Clancy's novel about a lost atomic bomb that's recovered by terrorists. Now let's return to Hiroshima out of the ashes. From Pyrotek heat treating in Langley, time for a weekly movie trivia quiz. Back in 1986, John Lithgow played the role of a nuclear physicist who tries to defuse an atomic bomb that was created as a science project by a high school student. What was the title of that film? We'll be back with the answer in just a moment. Time now for the answer to this week's movie trivia quiz. In 1986, John Lithgow had to defuse an atomic bomb built by a high school student in the Manhattan Project. Now back to Hiroshima out of the ashes. Next Sunday night on Red's Classic Theater, Diana Ross plays a ghetto-born fashion designer who becomes world famous. Billy D. Williams co-stars in Mahogany, our movie next week on Red's Classic Theater. And that closes another edition of our show. Hope you enjoyed Hiroshima out of the ashes. Here I am at Pyrotek Heat Treating, and this is their rec room. These guys know how to have fun in their spare time. If you'd like to know more about Pyrotek, call TV 12 tomorrow morning, and we'll give you a phone number. I'll see you tomorrow morning on 650 CI with the Wake Up Club, and next week here on Red's Classic Theater. From Langley, thanks for being with us, and good night, everybody. Hiroshima out of the ashes on Red's Classic Theater will continue. Red's Classic Theater from Pyrotek Heat Treating in Langley will continue. Red's Classic Theater from Pyrotek Heat Treating in Langley will continue. The heat is on this week on Red's Classic Theater. We'll visit Pyrotek Heat Treating in Langley to tour their plant and find out about the high-tech work they do, including some work for the movie industry. Our movie this week is the 1990 docudrama Hiroshima Out of the Ashes with Max von Sydow. We'll profile some of the actors' work and look at other movies dealing with the nuclear bomb. I'm Red Robinson. Join me, won't you?
Sunday night at 10 on TV 12.
The heat is on this week on Red's Classic Theater. We'll visit Pyrotek Heat Treating in Langley to tour their plant and find out about the high-tech work they do, including some work for the movie industry. Our movie this week is the 1990 docudrama Hiroshima Out of the Ashes with Max von Sydow. We'll profile some of the actors' work and look at other movies dealing with the nuclear bomb. I'm Red Robinson. Join me, won't you?
Tonight at 10 on TV 12.
This week on Red's Classic Theater, a story based on horrifying true-life events. Hiroshima Out of the Ashes, Sunday night at 10, here on TV 12. Tonight on Red's Classic Theater, a story based on horrifying true-life events. Hiroshima Out of the Ashes, tonight at 10, here on TV 12. Hiroshima Out of the Ashes on Red's Classic Theater, Sunday night at 10. Hiroshima Out of the Ashes on Red's Classic Theater, tonight at 10.